Good morning, Alex and friends. I'm Grace. Today is Wednesday, November 27th, 2024, and you're listening to Alex's News. The temperature in Riverside today will reach a mild 67 degrees with a low of 59. Coming up, we'll examine how Donald Trump's proposed tariff policies might have unintended consequences for border security initiatives. We'll also look at the potential impact of Project 2025 on California's healthcare system and abortion privacy laws. Plus, we'll explore the revolutionary role of drone technology in transforming global agricultural practices and food production methods. All this and more coming up on Alex's News. We begin this morning with a major announcement from President-elect Trump regarding his plans to combat illegal immigration through sweeping tariff measures. With us now is our political correspondent, Ethan Parker. Ethan, walk us through what's being proposed here.
Thanks, Grace. According to AP News, Trump has unveiled an aggressive tariff plan set to begin in 54 days on January 20th, 2025. The cornerstone of this plan includes a 25% tariff on all Mexican and Canadian imports, along with an additional 10% tariff on Chinese goods.
Those are significant numbers, Ethan. What's driving these decisions?
Well, Grace, while immigration appears to be the primary motivation, the timing is interesting. According to U.S. Customs and Border Protection data, we're actually seeing Border Patrol arrests at a 4-year low, with just 56,530 arrests this past October. That's a dramatic drop from December 2023, when we saw nearly 250,000 arrests.
What about the economic impact of these proposed tariffs?
BBC News reporting indicates these tariffs could hit American wallets hard, with estimates suggesting an additional $2,600 in annual costs per household, and there's historical precedent here. Yahoo Finance points out that similar tariffs in 2018-2019 resulted in approximately 75,000 manufacturing job losses.
The administration has also cited drug trafficking as a concern. What are the current statistics showing us?
That's interesting too, Grace. According to federal data, fentanyl seizures have actually increased under the Biden administration, from 2,545 pounds in 2019 to 27,000 pounds in 2023. And it's worth noting that 86.4% of fentanyl trafficking crimes are committed by U.S. citizens, not foreign nationals.
How are our international partners responding to this announcement?
The reaction has been swift and largely negative. Canada's Prime Minister Trudeau has emphasized their relatively low border crossing numbers, while Mexico's finance ministry has stressed the importance of maintaining the USMCA trade agreement. China has also pushed back, defending their anti-drug efforts and warning against a potential trade war.
Thank you for that comprehensive overview, Ethan. We'll be sure to keep our viewers updated as this story develops. We turn now to a developing story about potential changes to California's healthcare system. Joining us to discuss Project 2025 and its implications for Medi-Cal funding is our healthcare correspondent, Chloe Martinez. Chloe, what can you tell us about this plan?
Grace, according to reporting from Cal Matters, Project 2025 is essentially a conservative blueprint for a potential Trump presidency that could have major implications for California's healthcare system. The plan would require all states to submit detailed abortion-related data to the federal government, something California currently doesn't do.
What's at stake financially for California if this plan were to be implemented?
Well, Grace, the numbers are significant. LA Longrist reports that California could lose at least $300 million annually in federal funding for abortions, family planning, and contraception through Medi-Cal. To put this in perspective, federal reimbursements to California for reproductive health care reached $310.7 million last year and $334.5 million the year before.
And how many Californians could be affected by these changes?
Medi-Cal serves approximately 14.2 million Californians, Grace, and it's actually the largest payer of maternity care in the country. The reporting requirements would be quite extensive, requiring details about the reason for the abortion, gestational age, the birthing parent's state of residence, and the type of procedure performed.
How is California preparing for this potential change?
According to Cal Matters, Governor Gavin Newsom has already called a special session to, in his words, Trump-proof California. He's hiring lawyers to prepare for potential legal battles. Additionally, healthcare providers like Planned Parenthood are taking proactive steps by expanding their abortion provider workforce and increasing investments in abortion funds and infrastructure.
Thank you for that comprehensive report, Chloe. We'll be sure to keep our viewers updated as this story develops. Here are some other headlines. The International Criminal Court prosecutor has requested arrest warrants for Myanmar's military regime leaders, citing allegations of serious human rights abuses and international crimes. This marks a significant step towards accountability, though enforcement may prove challenging, as Myanmar is not a signatory to the ICC's founding treaty. In Oregon, a tribal nation has won a landmark court ruling restoring their hunting and fishing rights. The decision overturns previous limitations and represents a crucial victory for Native American treaty rights and cultural preservation. Seoul, South Korea is experiencing its biggest November snowstorm in 50 years, with up to 10 inches of snow recorded in northern areas. The severe weather has grounded over 220 flights, halted ferry services, and caused one death in a multi-vehicle accident. President Yoon Suk-yeol has mobilized emergency response teams to manage the crisis. In the Philippines, police have filed criminal complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte and her security staff, alleging assault, disobedience, and grave coercion against law enforcement authorities. Retail giant Walmart has announced a significant rollback of its diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, including ending priority treatment for minority-owned suppliers and withdrawing from various DEI initiatives. This move comes amid a broader corporate trend of reevaluating such programs following recent political shifts. And now for our third and final story this morning. The agricultural sector is seeing a dramatic shift in how farmers monitor their crops, with drone technology leading the way. Joining us to discuss this technological revolution is our tech correspondent, Ethan Parker. Ethan, tell us about this fascinating development.
Thanks, Grace. The agricultural drone market has really taken off, if you'll pardon the pun. One of the most notable examples comes from photographer George Steinmetz's Foodscapes project, which has been capturing stunning aerial views of everything from cattle farms to shrimp aquaculture operations.
What kind of technology are we talking about here? How sophisticated are these agricultural drones?
Well, Grace, these aren't your average consumer drones. According to industry reports, we're seeing systems that combine artificial intelligence with IoT sensors. That's Internet of Things technology. These drones can actually detect crop diseases before they're visible to the human eye, using what's called multispectral and thermal imaging.
That sounds expensive. What kind of investment are we looking at for farmers?
That's actually a crucial point, Grace. Industry data shows that entry-level agricultural drones start at around $2,500, but the more advanced systems can run up to $50,000 or more. However, what's interesting is that some farms report breaking even on their investment within just 4 to 6 weeks during peak season.
Are we seeing widespread adoption of this technology globally?
There's actually a significant divide there, Grace. According to agricultural technology surveys, about 61% of farmers in Europe and North America are either using or planning to use this technology. However, in Asia, that number drops dramatically to just 9%. The global average for adoption of precision agriculture hardware, including drones, is only 15%.
Are there any efforts to bridge this technological gap?
Yes, there are. For example, the Indian government has implemented an interesting program where they're covering up to 75% of agricultural drone costs for farmer-producer organizations. But despite these initiatives, there's still a significant disparity between developed and developing regions in terms of access to this technology.
Thank you for that comprehensive report, Ethan. Really fascinating to see how technology is transforming agriculture. That's all we have for now. Today's episode was made by Alexander King with Claude Sonnet 3.5, the Perplexity API, and the Google Cloud Text-to-Speech API. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, Alex.